Welcome back to the NW Sportscast, your home for Seahawks coverage. And today we are talking about this Christmas Eve, the Seahawks taking on the Tennessee Titans.
Big one.
It's a big game. Will Levis or maybe Ryan Tannehill, we're not really sure, taking on Geno Smith. It is official. He is starting. And the Seahawks. It's going to be a good game. A game that we pretty much have to win if we want to make the playoffs. Drew, let's hear it. What do you think? Initial thoughts about this game?
My initial thoughts are the Seahawks are going to get it done in Nashville. It's going to be a good one. I think the Titans are going to give them a run for their money for sure. The Seahawks have been really, really bad on the road. They've lost, 49ers, Rams, Cowboys. They've lost to some good teams on the road, but I think they have 6 losses on the road. It's going to be another tough game. The Titans, they've haven't performed amazingly in the win-loss category, but they have made a lot of games pretty close.
Yeah.
So, they've only let opponents score more than 30 points in regulation one time this year. The offense is going to have to get it rolling, and the defense is going to have to limit either Ryan Tannehill or Will Levis, and hopefully Derrick Henry won't run for 150 yards on us. If those two things happen, I really like our odds, and I think they will. I think the Seahawks offense will get it going, and I think the defense, who looked really, really good last week after the opening drive against the Philadelphia Eagles, will look a lot better. Will look the same and look really good against the Titans.
Yeah, I think, limit Derrick Henry, that's obviously a key. When he rushes for over 100 yards, they win almost every game. They were very close, obviously, against the Texans last week, but it was against Case Keenum. They actually beat the Dolphins 2 weeks ago. So if you think the Titans are just a bunch of scrubs, they're not. They have a couple of really good wins. They beat the Bengals early in the season. They beat the Dolphins, who are 10-4. So the Titans are not a laughing matter. They're not a joke of a team. A lot of people are like, well, we're just going to win out. No, the Seahawks have to play their brand of football and play it really, really well. However, I do think we will. I think this is a game that we are the more talented team. We, I think, have the better quarterback, the better coaching, probably about equal. I think our offensive weapons definitely a lot stronger at this point than the Titans have DeAndre Hopkins and then a bunch of nobodies. So we should win this game. I think we will. And it's important because the Rams, they just beat the Saints. At this point, we kind of just have to keep pace with the Rams, because if the Rams make the playoffs, then we have to be the same amount of wins as them to also make the playoffs. The worst case scenario is the Vikings and the Rams get in, and we miss out. So the Vikings play Detroit. They should hopefully lose, and then if we win, we will be in the 7th seed. We'll be back in the playoff picture, and then we just have to win out. And yeah.
Yeah. Theoretically, technically, the Seahawks can't control their own destiny. Even if we win out, we still have to rely on a loss, but
I think we can.
I don't think so.
Because if we win out,
I don't think so. I think we still need to rely on a Rams loss or a
No, I heard that if we win out, then we win. Because if the Vikings win out, then that would actually mean the Lions would have the same losses as us, because they play the Lions twice.
Oh, really?
So then we would get it over the Lions, I think.
Maybe.
Something like that.
I don't know.
I read something that says there is a way that if we go 10-7, we are automatic in the playoffs.
Okay, I didn't hear that, so I guess you guys can figure out what's
true.
I don't know.
Maybe I heard wrong. I don't know.
But this is gonna be a good game, and you were right about that, Levi. This team is not gonna lay down and die and let the Seahawks beat them just because they're pretty much eliminated from the playoffs. We're gonna have to go out there and we're gonna have to play good football. Geno Smith hasn't played in 2 weeks. It's gonna be interesting to see what he does out there. It's gonna be interesting to see if Jamal Adams plays. Rick Woolen, will he play? A lot of interesting things to look at as a Seahawks fan, not just for this week, but for the upcoming weeks after that.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I don't know how well Geno Smith is going to play after 2 weeks of not seeing live football action. He's been good at the past. He was a backup for years, which I think does help him in this scenario because he was used to not playing for weeks on end and then get randomly thrown into a football game.
Yeah.
So I think in that scenario, he's going to get into a rhythm pretty quickly, but it's going to be very, very intriguing to see what happens with Geno Smith, Jamal Adams, Rick Woolen. Will Bobby Wagner have a kind of bounce-back game after having a few kind of rough games when you look at him? He's looked really slow lately. So it'll be cool to see. Will Devin Witherspoon play?
Hopefully.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Supposedly, the report about Adams is that he might play or he might not play at all for the rest of the season. I wonder
He
if
shouldn't
there's...
start, but I still would like him to get mixed into the rotation.
Yeah, I almost wonder if there's something going on behind the scenes with him, like similar
think?
to like a Jared Kelnick situation where it's just like...
I don't know. The Jared Kelnick situation was fake.
Pete Carroll, well, I think it was pretty clearly real, judging off the trade. But
right.
Pete Carroll, I mean, he says he wants him. He says we missed him out there. But, I mean, Jamal was technically a healthy scratch last week, and he didn't even show up to the game. I don't know. I think there might be something going on there that we are not totally aware of.
It is very weird. You show up.
Yeah,
right?
right?
You should show up. It's your team.
I mean, Gino's out there on the sidelines wearing his big coat, and he's on the sideline. I mean, I don't know. Joe Burrow, Aaron Judge, they're on the sidelines for every single game. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers and Joe Burrow are both out for the season, and yet they both are on the sidelines every game rooting their guys on. Jamal Adams misses one game, and he's not even there. Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird to me.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of almost in character. I feel like Jamal Adams has been, you know, best in the nation and, like, all this stuff.
Yeah.
I think he thinks he's a little bit better than he is. Bottom of the line, he can't cover. He's old.
No.
He's older than when we first got him. He's had injuries since then. His first step isn't the same as it used to be, and his second and third steps are way worse than it used to be. The one thing he could do really well was rush the passer, and teams either figured it out or he's now unable to do that. He can't cover. So really, when you look at Jamal Adams, what can he provide? There's not much. I mean, you could throw him in the box and maybe...
Have him rush the quarterback.
You could throw him in the box, consider maybe almost playing him as more of a linebacker, which I think he's better at.
Yeah.
You know, he'd be an undersized linebacker, but he's fast enough to play that position in a league where, you know, speed is everything and Bobby Wagner is slow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to mixing him in at the middle linebacker position with Bobby Wagner. Well, is Bobby a better, you know... Does he have better knowledge of what football is? You know, yes. Is he a better tackler? Sure. But Jamal Adams will be able to stop, you know, a running back going down the sideline, and Bobby Wagner won't. So it's interesting to see what Jamal Adams will bring to the table. I'm guessing not much, you know.
I don't know.
Minimal.
I mean, he might. The other alternative is maybe he's starting.
Yeah, and he could be. He very well could be. This is a guy we traded multiple first-round picks for.
Yeah, and we want to, hopefully, be able to justify that trade. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, let's get into more of the game-type stuff. Levi,
Yeah.
do you got any bold, hot takes for us, predictions for the game?
Yeah, I guess 3 bold predictions. Number 1, I think the run game for the Seahawks continues to do well. We saw them have a really good game last week. I think it happens
K9
again.
looked
I'm going,
very well.
I'm going K9 for 100 yards. I think he's going to hit 100 yards against the Titans. Bold prediction number 2, I'm going to say that I think the defense balls out and holds the Titans to under 20 points. And bold prediction number 3, I think, let's see. Am I going to go here? I'm going to go here. Seahawks win by more than 1 score.
Okay.
I don't think, we haven't won by more than 1 score since week 4? Don't quote me on that, but I think the last time we won by more than 1 score was against the Giants week 4. So I think it's going to happen against the Titans. I think we win. I'm looking at 26-16 is my final score prediction. Drew, let's hear your 3 bold predictions.
Well, the first bold prediction is I think Geno Smith is going to struggle in this one. You know,
Okay.
I feel like the signs are kind of pointing to that. It's a Titans defense that is a lot better than people give it credit for. And Geno Smith hasn't played in a couple of weeks. And before that, outside of the Cowboys game, he was struggling. So I think Geno Smith will not have a great game. To counteract that, I'm going to agree with you. Bold pick. I think K9 is going to go absolutely berserk. He looked really, really good last week.
I think he's finally healthy, right? And the O-line's good.
And you know he has a burst and a lateral quickness to him that no one else on this team has.
Yeah.
He makes guys miss on the field. I mean, it's really hard to tackle him one-on-one. I think he goes, you know, I don't want to copy you, so I think he has multiple touchdowns.
Okay.
Is my bold prediction. And I think he's going to make up for a lot of Geno Smith not playing well. And my third bold prediction is, again, not to piggyback off you, but I'm going to do the opposite of you. I think this is going to be a very close Seahawks win. I think it's going to be an extremely close Seahawks win. This is a Titan team that, again, not enough people give it credit for. There's a very good chance we go into this game and lose.
Oh, yeah. Obviously. I mean, the Seahawks have lost 5 out of our last 7.
So I think we win by a field goal or less.
All right.
I think that's my third prediction. We got to be careful because if we lose this game, we are in a really rough spot.
Yeah.
The season's not over, but it's approaching over with a loss. With a win, we might be in the driver's seat. So that's kind of what we're looking at. This is like as far as playoff, percent chance to make the playoffs. This game is about as big as it gets, swing wise.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at I would say 60-70% with a win, and with a loss, you're looking at 10-20%. So it's
this
brutal.
is the game that you want to. If you're gonna lose one game, you would hope it would be probably the Steelers game.
Even that though,
but
even that,
yeah,
you should
9-8 could get you in. 9-8 if with a loss to the Cardinals won't get you in because you have to.
NFC
if you're gonna
record,
lose, you have to lose to the AFC team. 9-8 could maybe. 8-9 definitely not. So you pretty much have to win 2, likely 3.
If you lose, it would be great versus the Steelers or the Titans.
But yeah, hopefully you win. You really need to win out.
Yeah. So and the Seahawks should.
We should. I mean, we're matchup wise, we're better than the 3 teams that we play the next 3 games, and we have, according to ESPN, the easiest schedule remaining.
And something good to look at. We haven't had a bad loss this year. I mean, when you really look at it,
the Rams.
I would argue the Rams, but do you see what they did last night against the Saints? They've looked really good. They've looked really good.
Yeah.
You could argue it's. I don't know about a bad loss though.
Yeah,
I'm talking
we're 4-0 against under 500.
The Titans would be a bad loss.
I feel like the Titans would be a bad loss.
But we haven't had one of those yet. We've taken care of business against the Giants.
I would say getting
Commanders.
blown out by the Rams in week 1 was a bad loss.
Yeah, but
because the Rams are on our level, I would say, so you can't get blown out by a team on your level. But other than that, I mean, yeah, the Ravens was bad, but not that bad because they are the best team in the AFC. So.
But when you look at Giants took care of business, Commanders, Cardinals, these are
we've
teams
only played We've played only 4 teams against games that are below 500, which is really kind of wow, we've had a tough schedule, and in those 4 games, we won them all by double digits. So. In that sense, yeah, we haven't had a bad loss.
And we're getting healthier. Now we have our starting quarterback back, our best defensive player. I don't know if it's close. Devin Witherspoon.
I mean, Devin Witherspoon I think he is our best player, period.
he's
Who else would it be? I mean, maybe DK.
DK
or Tyler or I guess K9. I mean, Abe Lucas, that's probably your top 5. That's honestly I think those are your
Charles
top 5.
Cross is really good.
He's improving. I wouldn't say he's really good.
He's looked really good once Abe Lucas has been back.
Yeah.
Which I guess is more credit to Abe Lucas than than anything.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's it.
That'll wrap it up. Yeah.
Quick prediction.
Score. 26-16 Seahawks. I'm going. Drew.
I'm going 24-21 Seahawks.
All right.
I'm gonna go game-winning field goal. Game-winning walk-off. Myers.
All righty. Well, in
Christmas
that case,
Eve.
Let's Christmas Eve.
Let's ask
Merry
Santa
Christmas.
for a win.
Seahawks get the win. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give us a Christmas present by subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Maybe even leave a comment. That helps with interaction and gets YouTube to show our videos to even more people, just like you who love the Seahawks, or maybe you're a Titans fan, just coming to listen in.
And if you want to see the Mariners,
if you want to see some Mariners videos,
what presents they're asking
what
for,
the Mariners want for Christmas, check out that video. Is also out today. Or if you want to see some other awesome content about sports, check out our other channel, Coast to Coast Sports. We're at 50 subscribers officially, so that's pretty cool as well. But yeah, thank you all for watching so much. We will see you in the next one. Drew?
This is the NB Sportscast, and go Seahawks.